My next point is thinking and dreaming creatively. A traditional thinker's mind is paralyzed. He thinks it's been this way for 100 years, therefore it must be good this way and should stay this way. Why risk a change? When the idea of automobile was discussed with a few people until it was invented, some people said that nature meant for us to walk. When the idea of aeroplanes was discussed, some people said man has no right to enter the province reserved for birds. Now imagine if we had taken their opinion, we wouldn't be flying in aeroplanes. We should always be finding new and improved ways to do things. So how do we think creatively? One very important thing is mental stimulation. So there was an accountant who was invited for a real estate luncheon. He accepted the invite and went on. There he heard a lot of things, but what he remembered was something like next 20 years, metro and farmland and gentleman-sized farms. He thought and thought and thought about it, and then suddenly one day he got an idea. What he did was he bought a land worth $8,500, around 10 acres of land. The first thing that he did was he planted pine trees, because he also remembered from that luncheon that they were talking about the fact that people these days like trees, they like greenery. So he planted beautiful pine trees, and then he got a surveyor who divided his land into 10 pieces, which then he sold for 3,000 each. Now, by letting him exposed to the ideas of a few intelligent people in a few days only and just working on weekends, he made a profit of $30,000 with an investment of $8,500. So this is how you think creatively. Thinking right toward people. Success depends on people, right? Isn't it true? An executive depends on his team members to carry out his instructions. A salesperson needs people to buy his product. An author needs his readers to buy and read his books. So, we all need people to be successful. There are a few things to know that thinking right toward people is so important. First of all, no person is perfect. Remember that. Then, don't play God. The other person also has a right to be different. Also, don't be a reformer. Live and let live. So, a consulting services firm received a contract from a small soft drink bottling concern. The client had little formal education and the business was in bad shape. So, there were two team members who were appointed to strategize a solution. And while they were driving to his plant, somehow they started talking about the negative qualities of this client. Instead of finding a solution and talking about the solution to the problem, they started talking about how his stupidity landed him up in this mess. When they reached there, that meeting was very cold. It was like the client had already sensed what they were talking about him, and that all they're going to charge him for is some smooth sounding talk. 2 days later, they received a 2-sentence letter from this client saying that he wants to cancel this contract, and if there's anything that they want to charge him for the services so far, they can bill him. Don't we all do that sometimes, thinking that the person will never get to know, but the vibe comes across. So very important thing is to think right toward people. Last but not the least, think like a leader. So we talk about a person called John and his Be Human philosophy. So he was one leader who used to always take care of his team. When there used to be a new person from a new territory joining his team, he would go an extra mile, help him find a new housing. When there was a birthday, he would make sure to set up a birthday party or something of that sort, even though it was a small, but it would be. If there would be somebody ill in his team, or somebody in the family of his team member, he would remember. He would also take time to compliment his team members, on their achievements of the job. But the most beautiful thing and considerable thing was about how once he handled a dismissal problem. So there was one employee in his team who lacked the attitude and the skills required for this job. He did two things. He went up to him and explained to him why it would be in his best interest to find a new situation where his skills and aptitudes will match and will be more useful. And he also got him in touch with a vocational guidance expert. Other than that, which was not at all his part of duty, what he did was he helped him find a new job. He helped him set up some new interviews which were more suited to his kind of skill and education. When he was asked why he did that, even though it was not required, he said that whoever is under a man's power is also under his protection. And this way, he gave an example and told everybody that until he is the leader of this team, no one gets dumped on the street. In return, he gained a huge loyalty from his team. People used to work for him rather than for the company. So these were my key takeaways from this book. I'll urge you all to grab a copy and read it for yourself and find it if it is making a difference to your life. It did to mine. I had started to take things up very positively, and the way I reacted to them also was very different. Anyway, if you liked my video, let me know in your comments. If you didn't like, give me your feedback.